All right, welcome to the Reese Report. I'm the Mouth of North, Andrew Reese, and this is a very exciting time as we are a day before New Year's Eve, December 30th, the day that Team Canada is going to be selected. Also, the final week of the NFL season, the end of fantasy. I'm happy to report that Jose has won his fantasy finals. I came second, unfortunately, because I made some mistakes with players at the end of the year, but a pretty good year for me and Jose. And guess what? Gil's got the number one pick in next year's fantasy, so we all did good. We all did good this year in different ways. Okay, um, you can see the records on screen for the NFL. Jose has a four-game lead going to the final week of the season, and he has a nine-game lead on Gil. I think I still got a chance, maybe, but it'll take a miracle to catch Jose, who's going to win four in a row, possibly, as he goes for his Booker T title. Um, Right now, I think he's Christian or something, or Jericho. I don't know. So someone who's a four-time champ, Punk or something like that. Uh, so he's going for five if he catches the four. But today we're going to start with Team Canada. We're also going to have our college football semifinals picks. So guys, get ready if you want to gamble because last week had you taken the picks that I gave you, you would have won money. All my over/unders came in. My dad made $800 on a parlay. Thank you, Dad. When my birthday's January 5th, so remember that when you won the $800, okay? Remember my birthday's next Monday, okay? Uh, so we're going to start with Team Canada. We'll give you our rosters for what we believe Team Canada should be, even though it doesn't matter, and it's not like they're going to pick our team. But this is what we would do. So if something happens where the team loses, understand we didn't make these picks, okay? So, Jose, do you want to go first with Team
Yeah, I'll
Canada?
go first.
Tell me
Yep.
what your roster is? Okay, what's your roster?
So I got Crosby, McKinnon, and Seth Jarvis in the first line.
Okay,
I got Mark Scalabrini, McDavid, and Reinhardt. Hagel,
Celebrini.
Suzuki,
Okay.
Hagel, Suzuki, and Marchand. Marner, Point, Tom Wilson, Sam Bennett as an extra, and you know what? Just for the times that he put Canada, I'm gonna put John Tavares there. I know he's not gonna get picked, but
Wow.
you
Okay.
know, at least a show of respect because he was there in the Olympics. He's broke his shoulder. Even if he doesn't play, you know, he's an extra veteran on the team. And yeah, those are my extra. And on defense, I got Tays, Makar, Shea Theodore, Jason Morrissey, Sanheim, Pareko, Drew Doughty, and I got the rookie Mark Schaefer from the Islanders there. He's gonna be an extra. Just get him ready for the next Olympics. And then in net, I got Bennington, Blackwood, and Thompson, Logan Thompson from Washington. Those are
Okay.
my.
Sorry.
That's my
Can
team.
you say your defense again? Sorry.
Tays, McCarr, Shea Theodore, Morrissey, Sanheim, Pareko, Doughty, and Schaefer.
Okay. 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 Got you. Got you. And sorry, what the goalies were?
Bennington, Blackwood, and Thompson.
Okay. Not a bad roster at all. For those who don't know, it's going to be the small ice, not the big ice like we normally have in the WIHF. Um, so pretty good roster. I don't think you can bring the exact same team you brought for the Four Nations. I think that you have to make some changes. Years ago, Wayne Gretzky made this mistake as the GM. We won gold with a very old team, an experienced team that was still good enough to play. The following 4 years after that, we brought almost the same team, and we got shut out 3 games in a row. You cannot bring the exact same team. You have to bring your young players. That team that we got shut out 3 games in a row, we didn't bring Sidney Crosby to the tournament despite him having 100 points as a rookie. So, having said that, Jose, I like your Celebrini pick. Now,
I
let me
would take
go
Connor Bedard as well, but he's hurt, so I don't know
right.
if like I would put him on the team, but he's hurt, so I don't know if he's gonna play or not.
Yeah.
I just went to John
Well,
Tavares because
yeah,
he's a veteran and stuff like that, but I would rather put Connor Bedard than John Tavares.
yeah, yeah. Especially now, if you're hurt now, you probably won't get named to the team. So I put that into my selections as well. Um, there's going to be some controversy here, guys. I'm not picking the typical team. I'm going to start with Brad Marchand on left wing. I'm shocked Jose doesn't have him on the team, considering he's his best player in his
Yeah, no,
fantasy
I
draft.
have him on the team. He's on
Oh,
the
you
third
have
line.
Marchand? Okay,
Mar-
I thought you didn't mention him. Okay,
no,
all right,
Hagel, Suzuki, and Marchand
okay.
as a third
All
line.
right, so I got Brad Marchand with McDavid and Reinhardt. Now these aren't set lines. I just put them like this. I didn't really set the lines. Brandon Hagel with McKinnon and Bennett. I have Celebrini with Crosby and Stone. They played together in the World Championships. And I have Cirelli with Tom Wilson and Wyatt Johnston from Dallas, who has 17 power play goals this year. I like guys who can score goals. He's got 17 power play goals. I want him on my team. Marner and Geeky are my extras. Yes, you can put Marner in the lineup because he did good for Canada last year. Not my cup of tea. I'd rather have other players, but you can put Marner in if you want. Morgan Geeky leads the NHL in goals. I think he deserves a spot as an extra because of that. Now to my defense, Devin Toews and Makar are easily my first pairing. I'm going to take Jacob Chychrun from Washington. Another guy who scores a lot of power play goals, has a bomb from the point, has been excellent for Washington all year. I'm going to take him. Drew Doughty for the experience. Morrissey and Theodore as my other defense. And I agree with Jose. I'm taking Matthew Schaefer. I like taking a young kid to the games to watch and learn. I like that pick a lot. So bring him along for the ride. I also did not take Bedard because he's hurt. I think he would be an extra on this team. I wouldn't want to bring him as an extra, but I think Celebrini's the better player. The guy has 60 points in 40 games. You have to bring Celebrini.
That's right, and I said that last year before he was anything. By the way, I don't care that you're live. Fuck you, Jose.
There you go. Yeah. For those who don't know what that's all about, my wife is not happy that Jose is catching her in the pool right
He's not going to catch shit. He's not going to catch shit except pink eye because I'm farting his face.
Yes. So there you go. That's my defense. And I have the same goalies as Jose. I would bring Thompson, Blackwood, and Binnington. Binnington has an .870 save percentage. He won for us last year. I guess he'll get the first game, but I got a quick hook on him. And I'm putting in Blackwood or Thompson, who are better goaltenders at this point. Blackwood has only lost one game on a Colorado team that's lost 2 games all season. So if I'm Team Canada, I'm not putting the same team out there. I'm bringing in new guys. Tom Wilson, for me, is going to be a big part of the team. I think he needs to be out there playing with – I would put him with one of the top 2 lines even, because that's a guy who can protect your stars from getting hit. So I like him. I like the guys on the right-hand side are really, really good and tough. So, and you got his speed mixed in there with some older players. So that's my lineup. Gil, I'd love to hear your lineup. I hope it's different.
Well, my lineup is I got McDavid, obviously. I got Wilson. I think Wilson deserves to be there to help the grit. I got Suzuki from Montreal. I think he's a good two-way forward up and down, helping the skate. I got McKinnon, obviously, great player. Got Brad Marchand for grit. I like Ryan O'Reilly on this one too. I think he has a lot to give. I like Celebrini, young kid. He needs to, come up. He's been having a great year. Deserves to be there too. I got Mitch Marner in there. He's proven to do pretty good in Vegas without the Leafs around him. So I think he's good, and he's a quick skater too. I got Nugent Hopkins, guys. I think him and McDavid on a power play. Him and McDavid on a power play might connect because they connect very well for the Oilers. I think Hopkins also deserves to be there. He had a great the past 3 seasons. One of them he had over 100 points. So I think he's good. I got Bedard. I know he's injured, but he would be in the list for me. If he doesn't, then he doesn't. But I have Cardinal Bedard. I got Crosby there to give his last hurrah for the team. I got Kadri. He's playing very well in Calgary. He leads the team in points. I think Kadri would be also nice, gritty. I think every line should have a gritty guy. And just a guy to help also, as well as an extra that I have, is Mark Stone. Those would be my forwards. And then on defense, I got Makar, obviously, Morrissey from the Jets, Drew Doughty for the grit and his last hurrah. I got Teos as well. And then I got Evan Bouchard from the Oilers. And like it or not, guys, I got Morgan Riley in there.
Oh, wow. Okay. And it's your list, man.
And then goaltenders, I know you guys got Blackwood, but I think Wedgwood's been playing better than Blackwood in Colorado.
Sure.
But it's been a very, very it's crazy, guys, how Colorado is 29-2. That's crazy. But anyways, they're both playing great. I know you guys took Blackwood, but I would go to Wedgwood, actually. Actually, they're both
Okay.
Devil goalies. Don't forget, guys. And
Yeah,
then I got
crazy.
I got Binghamton, obviously, and then the guy that I see that's playing well that deserves a shot here too as well is Kemper from the Kings.
Yeah, I didn't take Kemper. No, I would have taken Kemper, but he's hurt. So please note that. I thought about him. Gil, you're the goalie in this group of people. Who would you start?
Well, to me right now, Wedgwood's playing great. He's on a great Colorado team. Don't get me wrong. He
Yeah.
has great defense in front of him, but I think you still got to go with Binghamton because Binghamton's getting more shots. St. Louis is not a great team, so he's under pressure every game to win. Not like first period they're up 3-0 like Wedgwood and Blackwood, right? So I think Binghamton still gets the start. St. Louis not great, like I said. He's always under pressure, facing shots. He needs to win every game, so I think you start with him.
Jose, who would you start in that?
Oh, you got to go with Bennington first game, hands down. You know, for what he did at the Four Nations
Quick hook?
and stuff. Huh? Quick hook, yeah. If he plays shit,
Would you
yeah,
do a quick hook?
100%. Well, it depends who they're playing against.
Yeah.
Listen, man, me and you
Yeah.
and Gil could play for Team Canada in net with all those guys in front of you. Dude, like I remember Martin Brodeur playing in net or Curtis Joseph playing in net and getting like 10 shots a game. Like, bro, come on, are you kidding me? With that team, with that defense,
Well,
with that everything.
in one of the games. Gil would remember this. Brodeur played the first game years ago when they lost to Sweden or something, and he got pulled, and Luongo played the rest of the series. I think that was in the Vancouver Olympics.
Yeah,
right,
the
Gil?
Vancouver one. And then they did the same thing with Joseph. He played the first game, and then Brodeur went in net, and he won the one in
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Salt Lake
Yeah.
or whatever the hell it was. I don't know.
Right. All right. So those are our teams. Will we win gold, guys?
Oh, hands down, man.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Gil's not sure. Is the
I
U.S.
think-
going to win? Who's going to win, Gil?
I look at that U.S. team, man. I don't know. I like that U.S. team.
Because of the goaltending or just overall?
Overall, I just think they're very skilled up front, and the defense is great too. Goaltending's great. They match up pretty good. It can be an overtime thing, but I don't know. My Hughes is on the other side or there too, right? So he's back from his finger. So let's see what happens. But I don't know. They look even. You guys are looking at it's almost guaranteed. They're not winning this guaranteed, guys. It's going to be tough.
It's not guaranteed. I agree with you.
And
No, it's not
and you know,
guaranteed.
guys,
But I think they're going to win. Honestly, I think they're going to win.
and you know what, guys? I don't know about you, but these Olympics and even the juniors, watching this without Russia just hurts because those were like
I agree with you completely.
missing Russia in these events is like crazy, but whatever, it is what it is. But it would be fun having
I would
Russia
have
in there
loved to have
because
seen Russia. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but isn't Russia part of that Olympic shit? Can't they fulfill the roster in or no? Because I remember
I'm not sure.
No Russia.
no Russia.
No
Because
Russia.
I hear that-
they didn't let them.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's true though. It's different without Russia there.
The Russian team would be awesome, and they'd be one of the favorites without question.
Well,
Um,
not to say that they would win, but it's fun having them. You know, it's been a tradition. It just kills the tradition.
for me, guys, I would watch out for Finland. They can surprise some teams. I watch out for Sweden. There are some really good teams in this tournament that can upset. Even the minnows. You know, Germany with Leon Draisaitl could pull a stunt. We saw Latvia give Canada a scare the other day. Like, all these teams have improved. Switzerland's, you know, they've all improved. So watch out for them.
To me, the trickiest team that plays two-way is the Czech Republic. So be careful with them.
And they got good players. We just talked about Nekis being part of the Czech Republic team. So yes, it's going to be a very difficult tournament. It's not the Four Nations. It's the world minus Russia. So watch out. We had Germany gave us problems, Latvia, Switzerland. So, like, this is not an easy tournament, and it's a very short tournament, and hopefully it's a good swan song for Sidney Crosby. So that's our Team Canada's guys. The Olympics start in February. We will try to cover it as we go along because we're going to need stuff to do after the Super Bowl. So count on us to cover those games when they start in February. Now we're going to go to the college football semis, which is the expertise of Jose and Gil. They are the college football followers. I'm just a viewer when it gets to the interesting games. So they're going to be more the guys you want to listen to on this, even though I have made picks on this. Now, I'll mention the teams and the spreads. So when you guys make your picks, obviously pick who you're going to pick outright and also give us a spread pick as well. So let's start with the first game, which is tomorrow, and it's Miami at Ohio State. Guys, do give us a little details as to why you're making these picks, as you guys know the game and these teams way more than I do. I will start, and then I'll let you guys explain because I don't, I'm just going to make a pick. I got OSU in this game. I just believe they're better than Miami. Gil, who do you like and why? The spread in this game is 12, I believe. I'm just trying to check the spread, guys. It's 9.5. Ohio State's 9.5. I like Ohio State. Gil, who do you like and why? Tell me about these teams.
Well, I'm going to take Ohio State. Miami has some good offense, but their defense will match Ohio State. And Ohio State got beaten, and they're pissed about it. That's for sure. And watch out, Miami, because they're going to come at you. You're that first team, but they're going to play hard, tough. But Miami just doesn't have the defense to hold Ohio State.
Jose?
I got the Ohio State, but I got Miami covering the 9.5. Miami last week went to Texas A&M and beat them all right. Tough place to go on the road. It's a neutral game. If it was in Ohio State, that would have been a different story, but it's a neutral game. Ohio State has the better team all around. But that Miami team is a good, sneaky team, man. They have Beck as the quarterback. They have a good couple of good guys on defense, on linebacker and defensive end. They'll get pressure to the thing, but I just think Ohio State has the better overall players. But I see Miami covering that 9.5.
High scoring or low scoring?
Low scoring.
Gil, low scoring?
I would say medium.
Medium? Okay.
I'd say like
yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say probably like a 27-17 kind of thing.
Yeah, the total is 40.5, so it looks like that's a very low total for a college football game. So it looks like it's going to be a low score, but we'll see. To New Year's Day. On New Year's Day, number 5 Oregon takes on number 4 Texas Tech. Oregon is favored by 2.5 points. I'm going to go upset here and take Texas Tech. I realize Oregon's a really good team. I like Texas Tech's defense. So based on just what little review I did, I like their defense. So I'll take Texas Tech. Gil, who do you like and why? And tell us about these two teams.
Well, I'm going to go with Oregon. I like the Oregon's run and gun. They waste no time. They're a lot of no huddle offense. They run and gun. They can score in 3 minutes. Their drives are not long. So, but Texas Tech, give it to them. But I've seen them. Texas Tech has choked a lot. They stumbled. I've seen them lose to a Missouri team like they shouldn't have lost. And I like Oregon's run and gun. And they score at will and take the over, guys, on this game. That's for sure.
Over is 51.5, guys. Jose, who do you like?
I like Texas Tech in this one.
Okay.
Texas Tech can put up scores with anybody in the country. They were undefeated this year, scoring like over 30 points a game. Defense is solid. A lot of good pickups in the NIL. Guys transferring over to Texas Tech. I think they have everything going for them. Or it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a field goal game. Oregon's going to put up points against them. Yeah, I think it's going to be a high scoring game. But in the end, I think Texas will come up with an extra stop and they'll win this game. So give me Texas Tech.
Yeah, I think that's probably the toughest game to pick of the weekend. So that'll be interesting. Also at 4 o'clock on New Year's Day, Alabama, the Crimson Tide, Roll Tide, go to Indiana to take on the most surprising team in college football, a team that I actually did watch and did study a little bit on, probably has the best defense in the entire country. They won their last game in Ohio State, 12-10, I believe the score was. I think they're for real, and I think they're gonna beat up Alabama, and it's gonna be a low scoring game. I like Indiana here to cover the 7.5, and I think it's gonna be low scoring and they win. Um, Alabama did win last week, as Jose predicted, but I think their run stops against this red hot Indiana team who's been impressive all year. Jose, who do you like?
Um, I know everybody's on Indiana, but I'm gonna take Alabama. I just think Alabama playing that extra game gives you momentum for the week. These Indiana hasn't played since the conference game that they beat Ohio State. I know they have the Heisman Trophy, but they didn't do that great against Ohio State, and Alabama has as good as defense. But they just can't give up as many scores as they did to Oklahoma in the first, and then expect the second half. They got to get on them right away in the beginning. If they can get them on with Ty Simpson with that wide receivers, I see Alabama getting upset here. So I'm gonna take Alabama. And the
Gil,
points.
are you a Roll Tide guy or no?
I'm a Longhorn. See?
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Texas.
You're a Longhorn. That's right. You're a Longhorn. Okay. Who do you like in this game and why, Gil?
I like Alabama. I agree with Jose. I think the
Wow.
Indiana is an illusion. They beat that Ohio State team 12-10, but Alabama has the experience. Alabama's been in a lot of these situations. Alabama's a great franchise, and I think Indy might be a little bit ahead of themselves on this one, and I think Alabama's going to shock them.
Okay, so that means you guys like the spread and the outright win, so there's not much to talk about there. Is it going to be a low-scoring game? I believe it'll be low-scoring. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be like a 23-20 game.
Yeah, 47.5, guys. I actually really like the under in that game, so we'll see what happens there. And finally, Ole Miss, another what I believe is a surprise team. I didn't know Ole Miss was this good. They go to Georgia to take on the Bulldogs, who have been in the playoff for a while now. I'll go with Gil's experience here and say Georgia wins due to their experience advantage, their defensive run game. I think Georgia wins this game, and I think they win it fairly easily. I got them winning by over the 6.5, so I will take them and the spread. I'm not sure about the over-under at 56.5 right now, but I do think Georgia covers the spread. Gil, who do you got?
I got Georgia. Their defense is just great. Don't get me wrong, Mississippi's got there based off their offense, but they've been in high-scoring games, and that's why the spread's big, because Mississippi can't score. As long as Georgia can stop them 2-3 times, they'll win the game, because Mississippi will not stop Georgia. So I'm going to take Georgia.
Jose?
it's going to be a running around and running pound. The defense is going to come up big for Georgia. Losing Kiffin is a big loss for Ole Miss. They're not going to be playing Tulane or James Madison. It's Georgia. Their defense is like one of the top in the league. So Georgia should win this game.
Yeah, I'd be willing to say that Georgia's my best bet of the 4 games. You guys have a best bet?
I'll take Alabama and the points.
Plus 7.5, Gil?
Yeah.
I agree. Same thing. Alabama and the points.
Okay. So there's our 4 college football picks, guys. We'll preview the final after this. Sorry, this is the Elite 8. There's a semi still and then finals. So we'll try to preview those next week when we do our playoff preview for the NFL. So we'll see what happens. I went chalk there. I don't have the experience, so I hope I'm right, but I'm probably wrong. Listen to these guys instead, guys. So let's go to the NFL without further ado. Now, this is week 18. There are a lot of scenarios that are not done. So as I go through these games, guys, I will give you the playoff scenarios, and then we will make our picks. So bear with me. Obviously, These are all division games, as they always do at the end of the season. Most of them are division games. Actually, no, all of them are division games, as they usually do. Jose with a 4-game lead. We're going to have him pick first to make it interesting. I may not have 4 or more different picks, so it may not matter. But let's start with easily the most disappointing team in the NFL. You guys can tell me if there's another one. But Carolina goes to Tampa Bay to take on a team that's 1-7 in their last 8 games. They started 5-1. I had Baker in the MVP conversation, and they had completely fallen apart. I think whatever happens in this game, there's going to be a lot of change on Tampa, and the coach is going to get fired. This is a complete meltdown of a performance. Baker's all confused. You got Mike Evans doesn't know what route to run. They've had injuries. Their receivers can't catch the ball anymore. Ibuka's had a terrible second half, and their defense has fallen apart. They're playing Carolina at home. Now, there's an interesting scenario in this game that I want to explain, okay, that I read today and found interesting. Now, because Atlanta upset the Rams last week, because Matt Stafford, once again in a big game, chokes and throws 3 interceptions and makes Kirk Cousins look good, because of that victory, if Atlanta beats New Orleans, Tampa Bay's out, no matter the result. So that's because Atlanta swept Tampa Bay, that result changed everything. Now, if New Orleans wins in Atlanta, then the game is still between the two teams for the division. So that changes everything. Having said that, I've lost probably to Jose this year because of the amount of times I've taken Tampa Bay, but I'm going to take Tampa Bay because they're at home. I have no confidence that Tampa Bay will win this game, but I'm going to take Tampa Bay at home. I told Jose he was going to pick first, but I took Tampa Bay anyway. And that's the scenario for that playoff game. Jose, who do you got?
I got Carolina, and I'll tell you why. Since Baker Mayfield's been hurt his shoulder, he's been a whole new different quarterback. And he's been trying to force the ball. He's been trying to be a hero ball instead of playing like he did in the beginning of the season. He's playing hero ball. And saying that, I think he's going to force a couple of turnovers. Carolina's going to run the ball down their throat, and they're going to win this game. So give me Carolina.
Gil, who do you have in this ugly bowl?
It's an ugly bowl, but I think Tampa will get their stuff together, and I think they'll win. Young will just fall short, and Mayfield, Evans, they're talented. They have talent there. So I think they gotta start clicking. They clicked before. Maybe they gotta start watching what they did the first 5 weeks and regroup again because the talent's there. Tampa has the team. Their defense is a little weak, but they have the offense to knock out Carolina on this one.
How do you explain, Gil, them losing to Miami last week? How?
Easy. Miami put a Texas Longhorn in there. Ewers. Kid's good. He might be the future Miami. They just don't know it. But the kid's good. He did well he did better than Archie Manning. Than Archie Manning's doing right now. So Ewers got drafted. Miami, I don't think Miami really knows how good he is, but he's really good. And I expected that. When I seen he was starting, I said, don't be surprised if Miami wins this game.
Well, I took him in his first game against the Bengals, and they got destroyed. So I was a little discouraged by that. Jose, how do you explain Tampa and them losing to Miami and all these losses at the end of the year? They have the talent. That team's better than this. Yeah,
100%. But the problem is you're bringing in all these guys that were injured at the beginning of the season, and you're trying to click them in on offense. And now Ibuka is not getting as many touches as he was at the beginning, or he's not getting as many snaps as at the beginning. Now you're also bringing in Godwin, Evans, McMillan. So where's the ball going to be thrown between everybody? And then you got Irving coming back, and then you got you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just it's a mediocre of offense that you got to gel these guys in a short period of time, and they're not doing it. And Baker Mayfield's hurt. I'm sorry, he's hurt. He's not playing 100%, and he's trying to force the ball. Yes. Like if you've seen the picks that he threw against Miami, he's throwing the ball in double coverage. Well, at the beginning of the season, he wasn't doing that. Why are you throwing? You could run the ball. You can
Yeah.
short passes. Like I don't know. I think that team's in shambles right now. I think they're gonna lose and the coach is gonna get fired.
100%. I think that's what's going to happen. Sorry, guys. Let me just turn this off. Okay, so that's game one. Now let's get to the game that's going to make me like my stomach nervous, and I'm going to start calling Jose, and I'm going to start throwing up, and then I'm going to say, Jose, can you like keep me going and make my heart stop pumping? Now, I didn't text Jose on purpose because I knew he was involved in fantasy and everything, but my God, did I want to in that Chicago San Fran game last week because it was wild, back and forth action. Crazy up in the field. Purdy throws a pick six in his first freaking play, and I'm having a heart attack. And then he comes back and does 5 touchdowns. For all you Mac Jones lovers, including you, Lino, suck it. Because Brock Purdy's for real. You paid him $51 million for a reason. Okay? The guy had to come up with 42 points to cover up from that defense and did it. Now, I want to give Kyle Shanahan some credit. He knows how to get guys open. But this guy's throwing the tongs. Okay, and they're still winning games. He's throwing to everyone who said, "Oh, he needs receivers. He needs to have great receivers to win." He didn't have any great receivers yesterday, and he still won and scored 42 points. Now, Christian McCaffrey is an all-time great running back legend, and he keeps everything cool. But that Brock Purdy, the way he played in that game, he was awesome. Yes, it was against the bad Bears defense, but my goodness, he needed every one of those 42 points, and the way he did it is how I liked the way they played. But now everything is on the line. They go home. If they win this game, they are home for the entire playoffs, including the Super Bowl. All they got to do is beat a man who never wins big games, and that's Sam Darnold. So guess who I'm taking? The 49ers. I know their defense is shit, and I know Seattle's defense is good. But you know what? Seattle's done that against bottom feeders because when they play teams like the Rams, they allow 38 points. When they play teams like Tampa Bay, they allow 35 points. So you know what? Darnold, try to keep up. We beat you 17-13 when we had all the players healthy, and now we're going to outscore you. I got the 49ers, and they get the 1 seed, and they are home for the entire playoffs, and then it's time to get excited about the Super Bowl. Jose, who do you got?
Man, you know what? I'm gonna take the Niners, man. I like the way their offense is clicking right now. Their defense is one of those like they'll give up the yards, they'll give up the points, but at the end of the game, they end up always with these little stops here and there or a pick or something like that. And I see them doing that. I see Sam Darnold when he played against the Niners week 1, he struggled. I see the Niners playing that zone coverage. Lenore's been one of the best cornerbacks in the league, shutting down the best wide receivers. Check the stats. That guy's like been one of the best, if not the top 3 in the NFL this year. I
Take
think he
care of
can.
Njigba and we win, right?
Yes, of course, and then just stop that running game. But the problem is with Seattle is they're weak against the motions and the jet sweeps and all that stuff, and that's what 49ers are all about. The offense. It's always about guys moving. It's always about motions, about play action and stuff. And that's where the Niners will win this game offensively with Brock Purdy playing his best football of his life right now. So give me San Francisco.
Gil, you have no skin in the game. Who do you got?
I don't know, guys. You guys are making it sound like it's going to be an easy one. It's not going to be easy. Yes, San Fran did
It's
play
not
well
going to
last
be
week.
easy.
San Fran did play good last week. They won 42, but don't forget the Bears put 38. Will your defense hold too? The Njigba's out there. They have the Walker and Charbonnet. I don't know. It's gonna be tough. I'm gonna go based off the defense. I'm gonna take Seattle in this one.
In case I didn't mention it, guys, the winner gets the 1 seed. It's a massive, massive game. I believe I'm the only person who picked the 49ers to win the division and make the playoffs. So even if I like Seattle, I got no choice. I do think San Francisco will win this game, and I think it'll be high scoring. I watched the Rams go up and down the field on Seattle. I don't think there's any difference with the 49ers. The hope is that that's what happens in this game because the 49ers are going to have to win shootouts if they're going to win games because of all their injuries. Shout out to Fred Warner, who's trying to come back from that major injury in the NFC Championship game. That guy's a monster. He's just something wrong with him. Guy's trying to come back for the championship game. Guy has a very serious injury, but Warner is a warrior. Gil, I hope you're wrong. Don't blame me for the pick. Now let's get to, Gil. You know what we're going to talk about now? Your Packers. And your Packers got opened the fuck up by Henry. And you know what? I can't even make fun of Gil because he talks about his run defense all the time. And John Harbaugh thought, I have this guy who might be one of the best running backs ever. I should probably try to use him more. So what happens? Right on time against Gil's team, 36 carries for over 200 yards. And Huntley played well. Steve Huntley played well. And the Packers defense, as I predicted when Parsons went down, fell apart just 1 week too late. Packers are in the playoffs. They can't go up or down. They're playing at Minnesota. Minnesota's won 4 in a row. All of a sudden, they care about winning games as a result. And because of their defense, I take the Vikings. Gil, who do you got?
I'm going to go with Green Bay. They need to rebound. They need to regroup. Their defense is in shambles. They gotta figure that out. Their offense is still in rhythm. They put up points too. Malik played very well. I think he played very well. Looks better than Love more than sometimes. I'll tell you that for sure. But that's a different thing. The Packers still have their run game. They still have the 3 wides that are damaged. Watson played well too. Caught a lot of long bombs. Packers are still dangerous. They just got to fix their defense. And Minnesota, they have a better defense, but they have no quarterback right now. So if they have their full team, maybe I'll take Minnesota, but I'm going to take the Packers on the rebound game.
Jose, who do you got?
Where's the game?
In Minnesota.
Minnesota.
I see Green Bay resting their players and getting ready for the playoffs. I don't think they're going to play anybody just in case they get hurt. They already have their playoff spot. They can't go up or down. So, yeah, give me Minnesota.
Well, I heard the only guy they might bench is Jacobs.
Yeah, his knee's been bothering him for a while now, so I don't think he's going to play.
Yeah, but they're not going to play the whole game.
Either. Yeah,
I thought if they played the whole game, even if they probably just play half or whatever until halftime. But
yeah, they can't go up or down. I agree with Gil. They do need to show something that makes them be confident going into the playoffs. But yeah, I think they're going to prioritize health. But we'll see. These games are always tough to predict. I'm not going to waste too much time on this. Tennessee goes to Jacksonville. Jacksonville can get the 1 seed. They're not going to screw around with Tennessee, and they're going to win by a lot, even though they tried to screw around with Indianapolis last week and only won by 6. I got the Jags by a lot. Jose.
yeah, same. The Jags. Goldilocks is playing well, man. You got to give him the props to the team and that defense.
He's playing great. Yeah, running the football well as well. Gil.
Yeah, I think the Jags will win. But Tennessee's been playing well lately. I don't know why. But they've been playing well. They've been playing better at least. But Jacksonville should win.
All right, and I'm not going to waste too much time on this one either, as Indy goes to Houston, also for the division title. If Jacksonville screws up, Houston can win the division. It's unlikely, but Houston is still going to play their guys, and they're still going to beat Indianapolis, who's starting a rookie quarterback who I've never heard of. I got the Texans. Gil.
Yep, Texans.
Jose?
Yeah, I feel sorry for that rookie quarterback from Notre Dame, my team. I think he's gonna get injured, man. I don't know. Last week watching that defense against Herbert, buddy, I don't even know how Herbert escaped the first quarter getting sacked so many times. I don't know, but yeah, Houston's gonna win that game easily.
Yeah, that scenario was so weird. That the fact that they're gonna put this rookie against that Houston defense, I just feel there's something wrong with that.
They don't want to kill old man Rivers, so you might as well throw in the rookie guy. Imagine Rivers back there; that guy would have got eaten alive. The guy can't even move.
Rivers probably said, "I'm going back to my couch. You guys can start the
Yeah,
rookie."
yeah. When he saw he's playing the Texas defense, he's like, I'm gonna go back coaching my high school team in Alabama or
Oh
my
my
12
God.
kids. I'm maybe we can make another couple of kids this year. So
All right, to give you guys the scenarios, the Jags can go as high as 1. Obviously, they would need Denver to lose because the Jags own the tiebreaker because they beat Denver in Denver. However, if Denver wins their game, it doesn't mean anything. They all play at the same time. So um, now they can fall as far as 7. So if the Jags screw around and lose, they could fall all the way to 7 because Houston can take the division. So the Jags have 2 reasons to play hard for this game. And of course, Houston really only has one way to go. They either win the division or they're the 5 or 6 seed. Based on they're actually going to be the 5 seed because the other team can't catch up. The Chargers are going to be locked into the 7 seed, I believe. So Houston can't move up or down unless they win the division. Let's go to a nothing game. The Dallas Cowboys, who managed to win last week, throw a bunch of yards and beat Washington. They go to the Giants to take on the G-Men. The G-Men beat the Raiders, which means they can't get the number 1 pick. But they probably didn't care because I believe they have a quarterback in Jackson Dart, who Jose correctly predicted did rebound and played very, very well. The Raiders basically tanked so they can get the number 1 pick. The Giants haven't beaten the Cowboys in a long, long time, although they almost did with Russell Wilson in Dallas. So having said that, with that awful defense, I'm going to take the Giants. Jose.
I'm gonna take Dallas. Just I don't know. They've been playing well lately since they made those moves. Offensively, they're gonna put up points. I just think they're gonna outscore the Giants. So give me Dallas.
Strange move today. I don't know if this is injury related, but Dallas released Trayvon Diggs out of nowhere, right?
He's
So
shit
that was
anyway.
weird. But yeah, he got hurt and he hasn't been good since. Gil, who do you got?
I'm gonna take Dallas. I just think they're gonna run and gun. They're a frustrated team. They're trying to connect something. Dallas has been trying to connect for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take Dallas.
25 years more like it.
Yeah.
But it's like they can't get over themselves. I mean, it's Jerry Jones and making dumb moves, and they're just exactly what they are, a 500 team. Now let's go to the Cleveland Browns. I love the Cleveland Browns. They knocked out Aaron Rodgers. I said it before the season. You guys can go back and watch this clip. I put it online. I said Aaron Rodgers makes 0 difference to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and guess what? They have the exact same record they had last year. They're 9-7. They're either going to be 10-7 or 9-8. The fact that he couldn't score a single touchdown last week, despite how bad Cleveland was, tells you all you need to know about how bad he's been this year. A game they had to have. They would have had a bye this week. The Baltimore game would have meant nothing. They lose 10-6 to Cleveland. They added a field goal at the end. Okay, Sanders was terrible through 2 picks. I don't know how they even won that game, Cleveland, but they did. And now Pittsburgh has to go in a win-it-all game later on that we'll talk about. The Browns with Shedeur Sanders go to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. The Bengals are playing out the string, but that offense isn't going anywhere. And despite the fact that Garrett might get the sack record, I hope he does. He's 1 sack away. There's no way Cleveland's keeping up offensively. I have the Bengals. Gil, who do you got?
Yeah, I'm also going with the Bengals. They're connecting. Maybe they're trying to see if Burrows can get some love for the game back. But yeah, I think the Bengals will squeeze out a win on this one.
By the way, that's the 4th straight season Cleveland has beaten Pittsburgh in Cleveland. I should have known better. Jose.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Cincy as well. I think Burrow's clicking all cylinders with Higgins and Chase right now. Chase Brown is playing well for them, running and catching the ball. Yeah, they're just gonna outscore the Browns. And you were talking about Aaron Rodgers, dude. If you've seen the game, he has nobody to pass the ball to. It's like, dude, take out DK Metcalf out of that team, and who are you gonna throw the ball to? Austin or fucking Adam Thielen? Fryer Moose, come on, man. But these guys are gonna shut that down, man. They're
6 points. You couldn't get one touchdown.
Putty. The Cleveland. It's always those games against Cleveland are always low scoring games. Even I don't know if you checked the last year's scores.
I know
Previous,
all of them are low scoring. I know.
they're always low scoring, hardly no touchdowns, nothing. So
Yeah. Bless you. Yes. So just disappointing, but we'll talk about Pittsburgh later. Now to a game that actually is way more important than I ever thought it would be as New Orleans goes to Atlanta. New Orleans has won, I believe, 4 straight games with Tyler Show continuing to look impressive. Played well last week throwing to Chris Olave. They came back to beat the Titans. I got New Orleans wrong this year. They played a lot better than I expected. That I didn't know Show was this good. So they have, at least something to look forward to next year. They go to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. The Falcons can play spoiler like they did last week. They cost the Rams a major playoff position, and now they can cost Tampa Bay a playoff spot. Because I picked Tampa Bay to win the division, I'm taking New Orleans. I believe New Orleans is playing well. They can win this game. And in order for the Tampa Bay game to mean something, New Orleans has to win this game. If Atlanta wins it, Tampa Bay's out. So I'm taking New Orleans. Gil, who do you got?
It's tough. New Orleans has been playing great, but after what I saw Atlanta do to the Rams, and they're at home again, I just think P.J. Robinson's going to be hard to stop. Give me Atlanta.
Yeah, Robinson, 212 yards of total offense last week. He's had a great season. It's amazing to me that Atlanta is in the position they are, having Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson, Drake London. They have great players. They had a good defense all year, but they just can't get the quarterback position right. Jose.
man, Atlanta. You don't know. They're a hit and miss team, man. The 1 week they're playing amazing. The other week they're losing by 30 to Carolinas
and Miami.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. I think coming off a big win like that, you know what? I'm gonna take New Orleans. I think New Orleans right now they're playing good ball, and their Olave's playing really well too for them, and they're throwing the ball around, and they have nothing to lose. They're just playing loose. Atlanta, yeah, they have Bijan and stuff like that, but like which Atlanta is gonna show up, we don't know. So, and with Kirk Cousins back there, you can't have too much faith in that team. So, give me New Orleans. Thing.
Atlanta has wins over Buffalo, a 1-point loss to the Patriots, overtime loss to the Colts when they were red hot. They have a win against the Rams. They beat the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay with the playoffs on the line. But they lose to teams like Miami and the Jets. That's the story of Atlanta. They're such a weird football team. Let's go to this game. I'm not going to waste any time on that. The Miami Dolphins are going to New England. New England, let me give you their scenario, even though we are all going to pick New England, just to let you guys know what's going on with that game. New England can get to 13 wins, but they really can't catch the Broncos. I think the highest they can get is the second seed.
They can catch the Broncos.
They
if
can.
The Broncos lose. Yeah, if the Broncos lose, they can go to number 1 seed.
The tiebreaker goes to Jacksonville. So if both teams win, Jacksonville gets the 1 seed. If Jacksonville and Denver lose, then New England gets the 1 seed. So it's unlikely, but they would need help. But they're still going to beat the freaking the Dolphins. So I think Drake May is going to win MVP. Lino, congratulations. I like the picture you sent me of May with his muscles and Brady in the background smiling. I think that's funny, especially since he's the Raiders co-owner now. It's amazing how quickly you're back. Congratulations. I know you're excited, but I got the Patriots.
It's okay. They're going to be one and done in the first round of the playoffs anyway.
Hope you're listening, Lino. Gil, who do you got?
I don't know. Watching Miami last week, I don't know. Miami might play spoilers and put the Patriots back to life. and I'm gonna take Miami in this one. I think Miami is gonna stun the world.
You like Quentin Ewers all of a sudden, eh? Okay. Jose?
Uh, Patriots in another 5 touchdown performance by Drake May.
Just so you guys know, Jose won fantasy. I don't think it's the same fantasy, but he was in Portugal and accidentally picked Drake May, and he became the best quarterback in fantasy.
I fell asleep and auto dropped him.
This guy auto draft Drake May, and he's the MVP of the league. Like, go figure. That's fantasy for you guys. Let's get to the Rams, who have choked their way into the 5 or 6 seed because Matthew Stafford decided to have the 2 worst games of his season when they needed it the most. What else is new? I still think he's the luckiest quarterback ever to win a Super Bowl because San Francisco should have beat him when the guy dropped the pick. That was like a punt in his hands. So they can finish 5 or 6, but I don't think they care. I think they're going to rest guys. They're playing Arizona. Arizona's really bad though. They might lose anyway, even with. Anyway, Jose, you pick first. I got to figure this one out.
Thing said he was gonna play his starters, so I'm gonna take the Rams.
Gil?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Rams as well.
Yeah, so the Rams can still finish 5th, which is important because if they finish 5th, they get the winner of the AFC South, the NFC South, which is Tampa or Carolina. So this is kind of important that the Rams finish 5th. So they better win. I got the Rams, so they get the easier first-round opponent. If they finish 6th, they play Philadelphia. I don't think you want to play Philadelphia in the first-round, Rams. So I got the Rams.
You know what? The way they're playing, I wouldn't mind playing them either.
I mean, I'd rather play Carolina or Tampa, to be honest. But I wouldn't want to play the Eagles, even though they're not playing great. Their defense is still deadly. That's probably not a good matchup for them. Philadelphia was one of the teams that also came back on the Rams and beat them. One of the many teams that have come back on the Rams this year. Let's get to Detroit. I just an unbelievable choke job at Minnesota last week. Had they won that game, they would be alive to make the playoffs right now. With Green Bay's loss and Chicago's loss, they would have a chance to win the division. And they choked a game at Minnesota to Max Brosmer, one of the worst performances I've seen from a team. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they missed their coordinators. Maybe they're tired of the coach going for it on 4th down, but they were awful. They go to Chicago to take on the Bears. I'm going to take the Bears. The Lions seem done to me. They can. The Bears' loss really hurt their chances of doing anything. They can still get the 2 seed Chicago. So this is a lot more important for them, and I think they'll win. Gil, I know you hate the Bears, but and you hate the Lions too. So who you picking?
I think the Lions are going to play spoilers. I think the Lions are out. But I agree with you. That was for a team that needed to win. That was a horrible performance. What was that? 6, 7 turnovers. I've never seen that in my life.
6 turnovers. It was terrible.
That was horrible. I think Minnesota had a total offense of 65 yards.
They had minus passing yards, Gil. They won a game with minus passing yards.
Yeah, it goes one down as the worst games I've seen in the history of football for me. That was very bad. But I think the Lions regrouped. They're talented. I don't know what happened. And the Bears are a stumbly team. They're on off. I know everybody's like Chicago, but I think the Lions, Gibson, Montgomery is going to kick it to Chicago's mouth. I think they're going to win.
Jose.
I think Detroit has a bounce back game, and they win this game against the Bears. The Bears have a lot of injuries on the wide receivers. The guy Burden got hurt again. They only have the running game. Detroit's not bad against the run. I see Detroit bouncing back and giving it to the Chicago Bears.
Just to make the scenarios clear, if Chicago loses and Philadelphia wins, the Eagles get the 2 seed. If the Bears win and the Eagles win, the Bears get the 2 seed, which would set up a matchup against Gil's Packers. I would love to see the Bears and the Packers again. That would be awesome. So I hope they get the 2 seed, and I'm sure Gil hopes so too, because he probably feels like they should have won both games against the Bears this year, and they own the Bears in reality. So that might work out for you, Gil. So I think you should cheer for the Bears this week. Let's go to Washington. The Commanders are playing out the string. They have Josh Johnson at quarterback, who I can't believe is still in the league. They go to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. The Eagles can finish as high as the 2 seed. They're not going to screw around with Washington and Josh Johnson. Philadelphia wins. Gil.
Philadelphia. I don't know. Philadelphia looked bad, but the Commanders are just too weak. I'm gonna go with Philadelphia.
Jose?
Yeah, Philly, Washington, with their third stringer, they're not going anywhere. They can't even barely beat the freaking Cowboys and stuff like that, and they're not gonna beat the Eagles, who have a way better defense. So, yeah, give me Philly.
Yeah, the one thing the Eagles have had this year is a good defense. Their offense is terrible, but their defense has been solid. I'm not going to waste any time on this game either. The Jets go to Buffalo. The Jets might be the worst team in the NFL, even though record-wise they're not. They can't get coach right. They can't get quarterback right. Their defense is terrible. They got Breece Hall, and that's about it. I got the Bills. As far as the Bills playoff scenario goes, because the idiot coach went for 2 instead of going to OT and winning the game, they have no chance at winning the division, so they can't move up or down. But I believe even with backups, they beat the Jets. Jose.
Yeah, give me Buffalo. I think even exactly like you said, even with the backups, they could beat that Jets team. Jets are horrible. You know what? I don't mind going for the 2-point conversion. It was actually a great call. He just missed the throw. He was wide open and he missed the throw. And I don't mind doing what he did for it. But so yeah, I'm picking Buffalo.
All I'm saying is that Philadelphia had no offense in the second half. I don't even think they completed a pass. So if you're the Bills and you're moving the football up and down the field, take it to OT and win the game. Now, obviously, the kicker missed the kick in the windy conditions, so I get it. And the throw was there that Allen missed. But, man, you got so much on the line there. I kicked the extra point. But, hey, they did it and they missed. Gil, who do you got?
Yeah, I got the Bills. The Jets are just getting trampled by everybody. And the Bills need a bounce-back game. They're going into the playoffs, and they need something to work on. I feel like the Bills are in the same situation as the Packers. So I'm going to take the Bills.
All right, now let's go to another ugly bowl as the Kansas City Chiefs, whose dynasty has ended, along with the season of Patrick Mahomes and a bunch of other players. They go to Vegas to take on a Raiders team that has no direction. They're booing Tom Brady in the stands. They got a 75-year-old coach who's lost his fastball. They've got an Italian stallion that Gil doesn't like anymore. And they've got a rookie running back who never sees the football. I don't understand this team. This is like picking which garbage can you like better. So I'll let Jose pick the garbage can he likes smells worse, okay, or smells better. Go ahead, Jose.
You know what? I'm gonna take. I think KC's already long gone, and I'm gonna take Vegas in this one. I just think, there's a lot of guys that are gonna playing for pride and for their job for next year, and people forget that next year they'll have the first round pick and they have $100 million in free cap space. The Raiders are gonna be a good team next year. They just need to get the right guys in there. Max Crosby.
They need a quarterback. Joseph. Holy jeez.
Yeah, they need a quarterback. I'm just saying they got the first round pick. Yeah. You got Mendoza. You got a guy from Oregon. Like you can't go wrong with those two guys. And then you have $100 million to freaking waste to get a good offensive line. Then Gentry can run the ball.
Yeah.
And then you can get a couple of good wide receivers in the draft or whatever. You have already tight ends and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm just saying, but I'm gonna take Vegas.
Yeah.
KC's too many injuries. We don't even know who's playing, and they're on their third string quarterback as well. So, Geno Smith, buddy, you play your best game of your life, or else you're gonna get fired next year.
God, he's terrible. They only signed him to a 2-year deal. Thank goodness for that. He's on the books for a lot of money next year, though. But I think he's going to be the backup to the rookie. Gil, Italian Stallion, or whoever the backup is in KC?
Yeah, it's going to be the Italian Stallion. I think KC has a lot of injuries. Everyone just gave up on the season, anyways. I think Vegas, some other guys are playing for their spots, so I think Vegas is going to pull it out.
Yeah, I think Vegas's goal last week was to lose to ensure they get the first pick, and I think they play a lot more free and a lot more willing to win this week against the division rival. Despite the fact that Casey's injured, Vegas loves playing them and loves beating them, and so I'll take Vegas. I think you're right. A lot of jobs on the line. Players are going to want to play in this game and show something, so I have Vegas as well. Now we go to a game that would have had a lot more complications had the Chargers won last week, but because the Chargers lost last week, they are locked into the 7th seed. They can move up to 6 if Houston loses, but they go to Denver, and Denver has a lot more on the line as they can clinch the 1 seed. The Broncos should have beat them week 3 when they played, and in Denver with no Justin Herbert and with Trey Lance starting, the Broncos crush. Gil, who do you got?
Well, I've been riding the Broncos all year, pretty much. They are in 11 games straight now or something, or if I'm not mistaken.
Think so. Oh no, they lost to Jacksonville, so yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Jacksonville broke it. Yeah. So I don't know. They have to play that 1 seed. Sean Payton's gonna, how he is. He's stubborn, so he's not gonna sit anybody. As long as he has something to play for, he's playing everybody. So I think Denver's going to continue what they got to do, and I think it's a revenge game for them off that loss.
Absolutely, and there is a lot on the line for the Broncos. I'll let Jose make his pick, and I'll explain.
Yeah, Denver, no Herbert, no chance. Not no Trey Lance as quarterback.
Like what a game to go into, eh, Gil? They put Trey Lance in Denver. Like it's just the worst. I don't know. It's like. Let's just put him out there, see what he can do. Like it's just terrible. The Broncos will need a win, and obviously if they win, they get the 1 seed. And obviously if any of the teams below them lose, they get the 1 seed. So it's pretty simple. They just have to win, and they're the 1 seed. So we're all on Denver, and finally, the biggest game of the week for a lot of people. The Baltimore Ravens won in Green Bay, something I didn't see happening, but like I said, John Harbaugh finally realized he had a running back, and they won that game in Green Bay, and Pittsburgh found a way to lose to Cleveland again. So now we have a 1-game, winner goes to the playoffs. Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh once again without DJ Metcalf, who thought it was a good idea to punch a fan and is not going to play in this game. Aaron Rodgers cannot move, and when he can't throw the football to anybody and is trying to make sure someone doesn't get a sack record, he throws the ball into the ground. Baltimore's defense has been better in the second half of the season. I don't know if they're going to have Lamar Jackson back, but the way Lamar Jackson is playing, I'd rather have Huntley at this point and have them run the football all day with Henry. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Baltimore wins. Pittsburgh gets knocked out of the playoffs. And I believe that Mike Tomlin moves on, Aaron Rodgers retires, and Baltimore is sneaky scary in the playoffs if they make it. But if they're 1-out, John Harbaugh's gone too. So I got the Ravens. Gil, you've been on this team just like you've been on Denver. Who do you got?
Well, I've always told you guys not to fall asleep on these teams. And, Pittsburgh, the only thing I think they have going for them is they're playing at home. So they better hope it's windy, there's snowflakes, and there's hail, because they're going to need it they need Henry to slip, fall, something. That's what I think they need. So, and like you said, this team to me, if they get in, they're very dangerous. So give me the Baltimore Ravens.
There you go, Gil. There you go, buddy. I like it. All right with the helmet. Yes, sir. Jose, we all picked the Ravens to win this division, so they better win, right?
Yeah. Listen, just rush the ball 40, 60, 70
Yes,
times
please.
with Derrick Henry, tire him out, and just keep running the ball. They're Pittsburgh without DK is not going to be a threat going down the field. Just watch the short slam passes. I think Baltimore's defense will play better. Or has been playing a lot better lately than at the beginning of the season, and I see them winning as well. But you know what, man? Like every time we doubt the Steelers, even in Baltimore, we thought Baltimore was on the hot streak, and then the Steelers go there and beat them. You know, it's these divisional games, man. They're always tough, hard nosed, freaking come down to the wire, last minute field goal type of bull crap. But yeah, man. But I'm gonna take Baltimore. I just think Baltimore has too many weapons right now for the Steelers, and T.J. Watt not playing is a big loss for them too. So
Oh, and Metcalf not there either to make
Yeah.
some catches. Like, who's he going to pass to? He's going to rely on
Yeah.
Austin?
Fryermuth and Johnny Smith. That's who you throw to. Actually, Washington got hurt in that game too. The big tight end that they had, the 6'8" tight end, they lost him to a broken arm, so that made it even worse. But if you're Pittsburgh, why aren't you running the football? Your success has been when you beat Detroit, you ran for 300 yards. But they decided they were going to throw the football against Myles Garrett. It's one of the dumbest plans I've ever seen in a football game. Run the football against Cleveland. That's where they struggled. But they decided to drop back and pass in a game that was 10-6. And Aaron Rodgers, with no one to throw to and can't move, predictably failed. So I don't get the game plan. It didn't make any sense then. And with the way Tomlin is inconsistent now and the way Rodgers is inconsistent, can't trust the Steelers right now. So we're all on the Ravens. Now, it looks like I have 4 games different from Jose, so I could tie him. Now, we still have the playoffs yet, so it ain't over. But we shall see if I can catch up to Jose. So those are our picks. We will have a playoff preview. I'm also going to be doing a playoff preview with my friend Brian from Beyond the Locker Room, another channel on YouTube. But we will have our wild card predictions. We will also have our show on how we did before the season as I go and check how our predictions looked. Something tells me they're not going to be good because a lot of surprise teams this year. New England, I think you guys had Denver. Jacksonville out of nowhere has 13 wins or 12 wins. San Francisco I had. Seattle was a surprise that I thought could do it, but I didn't pick them. The Bears, I don't think anybody had the Bears doing this, so they're a surprise. Carolina out of nowhere winning the division. Like, there were a lot of surprises this year that nobody had. Washington being out of the playoffs is another one. Detroit being out of the playoffs. So, as I say before every season, there are always surprises. It's a matter of whether you can pick them or not. So, that's the way the NFL is and the way the schedule works. So, all our teams are in. We will have to talk to Barbosa about his complete meltdown of a Colts team that have not won a game since Daniel Jones got hurt. But we haven't had a chance to talk to him yet. But that will be a fun conversation. What happens, I'm sure Joseph.
That's what happens when you come on the show. That's what happens when you come on the show when you're 8-0 and then you lose the game. And then you lose every single game since he came on the show. I told you, the guy.
Game.
I don't know.
They lost every game. They lost every game.
Since he came on the show. Yeah, 100%. I told you, he's a curse to his own team.
Every game. What are the chances? You even said it when he came on and they were about to play Kansas City. You said they're going to lose every game, and they lost. They lost every game since he came on for the Kansas City. It's incredible. They lost 7 in a row to end the season. Like, it's amazing. But yeah, the Colts are in a lot of trouble. If I'm the Colts, I'm not bringing back Phillip Rivers. Please do not do that. I would go sign Willis or one of the many good backups that are in the league right now that deserve a job. There are a few of them. and we'll see what happens with Cleveland and Shedeur Sanders. By the way, having watched Shedeur for the last few weeks, is he an NFL quarterback, guys, or is he over his head?
Needs more reps.
Yeah.
He needs
Gil?
more reps, more games under his belt, and more weapons on that for wide receivers. If he has a better couple more wide receivers there in that team, they'll be good. They have the tight end, they have the running game. Just needs a couple wide receivers to throw the ball.
I think Fannin and him had a nice chemistry going until he got hurt. Gil, what do you think? Mixed bag, needs more time.
Well, right now, this is the way I see it. Yeah, he needs that help. Obviously, he needs better protection. And Jose said it maybe 3 weeks ago, where stop with this deep bullshit and just that's why he's connecting great with his tight end, because they're keeping it nice and short, and he's going down the field with him. But what I see is, he needs a little bit of help, and right now, to me, he's like a light switch. He's on and off. We've seen him hot, and we've seen him do nothing. So to me, he's a light switch right now. I can't really say yes or no.
Yeah, no kidding. See, the Browns to me seem to have, like, if you look at their pieces, their defense is really good, and they have pieces that tell me they can be a good team, but they just can't seem to get over the hump. And now Deshaun Watson's involved maybe next year, so who knows? Like, that's a disaster situation.
Listen, that team needs a general manager and a hard-nosed head coach that goes there and takes control of everything and doesn't let all these behind-the-scenes bullshit happen, because that's what's wrong with the Browns. I think it's too many problems behind the scenes. I think they need a coach that sets them straight. There's a lot of bullshit on that team too, man. There's a lot of penalties that they take, stupid penalties. Like, they need discipline on that team, and they have the defense. They have weapons on the offense. They just need maybe one more two wide receivers. Buddy, that team with Shedeur Sanders, he needs more reps and more games to play, and then he'll be fine. I think trust me, he's going to be one of those sneaky good quarterbacks. I know in a couple of years, he's going to be like another Jaden Daniels. I'll tell you right now.
Yeah, I'm still not sure about Ward. Jackson Dart's been impressive, and Tyler Show has been impressive. So, I mean, maybe two quarterbacks that people didn't expect to be great, but they were both really good this year. I don't know who wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. That's a good question now. Will it be Dart? I'm trying to remember. Is there anybody else I'm missing? Ibuka?
I don't know, man. If you're going to go right now the way he's playing, you probably give it to Schultz.
Yeah,
well.
It's a good question. Good question.
But he's they're probably going to give it to Cam Ward because he's been playing the whole year, right? I don't know.
Wow, I'd be shocked if he wins. Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. There's who really had a good year this year for rookies on the offense. You have Gentry that's been on and off.
Yeah, I don't think he'll win it. I
don't know. It's hard to call.
That's a good question. We'll have to see. So when the awards come out, we'll definitely talk about that as we made some selections before the season. All right, so that's our show for this week, guys. We'll be back next week. I hope you enjoyed our extra little bit there where we picked Team Canada and give you some more selections. I probably will be back when I figure out who's playing and who's not, with possibly Jose to make some more NFL picks when we figure out who's playing and who's not. It's a little early to make spread picks, but that's our no spread picks for the NFL. Enjoy the games. Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you for coming on, watching our show, subscribing, and we will see you in 2026 for more of the Reese Report. Bye for now.